Okay folks, couple things I really recommend you carry, especially when you're backwoods hiking in areas where facilities are not. Carry a roll of toilet paper. I flatten it because it's easier to carry than a big roll. Carry a sandwich bag to put toilet paper in. That way if it rains, you keep it dry. That needs to stay dry. And carry a little shovel with you, a little handheld shovel or trowel, whatever you want to call it. You can get them to do a lot. You get different kinds. This one folds, locks into place. When you squeeze the handle, it's cheap. It works. And then you can slide it in your bag. That way, in case you have to dig a hole, for whatever reason, you got the tools and you got the other tools for whatever reason you got to dig that hole. I'm trying to make this as appropriate as possible, but still a very important tip. So yeah, big logs and old telephone poles are perfect for this. Such a huge shelter. Cool shelter. Had a dream about bears last night, so hoping no surprise bears come out and get me. Probably not. And that's a beautiful waterfall with a really cool shelter. Gotta love Bulge Hole. This is waterfall number 3. Isn't that cool? We'll try to mark down the GPS of each waterfall. So the Chute Fall was the first one. Bulge Hole, though, with the big shelter, was the second. And this is the third, for sure. Let me throw on an ND filter, make it a little bit more visible. There we go. Maybe not that much. Yeah, I guess we could do that. There you go. Kind of cool. Little, but you know, pretty neat. Goes all the way up through there. Man, just love a creek. Just love a creek, especially when it's out in the middle of the forest. Jeez. I mean, in all honesty, if I get into an area where there's no bluffage, I always look for creeks, because creeks are like the next best thing. Of course, this area has creeks and bluffage and waterfalls and all sorts of fun. The only con about this place really is the briars up top and the right-of-ways for the power lines and the interstate. The interstate is near, so you hear it. Well, this has to be the first time I've ever seen horse poop at Bulge Hole Ecological Area. I have never seen horse poop. I don't know how they're getting their horse down here. It's not easy to get down, but I guess they're finding a way to get their horse down here. I want to say something. I think it's important. An ecological area, a natural area, anything with these yellow signs, if you go up and read the signs, it says no horses. Really does too. In fact, there's a big ordeal about how the horse communities, some of the members of the horse communities really tried to fight the government some time ago about restricting horseback riding and equine use in these natural areas because they were tearing them up so bad, and the government, actually wanted to preserve them like they're supposed to. So it really ticks me off when I see horse poop in a natural area, but I hear nothing but complaints about mountain biking in the forest, and hey, you're riding through the wilderness and blah 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 and all this and that, which I'm sure some mountain bikers are, but then you need to check your own people, and not all horseback riders do that. I've gotten to know now quite a few horseback riders that are pretty cool and, are fans, and I trust them, and I hope they have a grand time when they're on their steeds, their trusty steeds through the forest. Everyone can have the forest together, we can share it, but anytime we come to a place where it says no bikes or no horses, we need to respect that, because it's put there for a reason, to protect these areas. Otherwise, when they're destroyed and they're not coming back. So, food for thought. Yeah. So, Buford also likes these power line right-of-ways like me. He thinks it's pretty. I mean, how can you not? But you had to have it. You had to have the right-of-way in order to get this. So, because I know some people don't like them, but we got to have power. So I'm going to label this as waterfall number 4. If you ever get the chance to get on top, there's like a 2 waterfall like system that goes boo and merges into one. It's just little falls on top. It's nothing major. I mean, it's nothing to write home about, but it's just kind of neat because it's just 2 connecting into one, which you see right there, or you will see here momentarily. Just got my foot almost wet. Okay, trying to get up here with briars everywhere is not fun. Ugh. Not fun. That's the con of Bulge Hole. Yow! That was briars in my leg, that's why I made that noise. But that is the con of coming here. Some of these waterfalls, in order to get to them, is Briar City. Ow. So, you know, one thing I do recommend, wear pants. Pants that are, you know, rugged. My pants are pretty rugged, but they're still getting through some of these bigger thorns. So jeans, thicker hiking pants. I know some girls like to wear like yoga pants and leggings, and that's fine. If you want to wear that hiking, they're comfortable, I'm sure. When I bike, I wear that kind of material and it's very comfortable. But you don't want to wear it here or it will rip you apart. So you'll be coming out with less yoga pants than you had on before. But this is going to be waterfall number 4. Hope you like it. It's not flown the best it's ever flown, but it's still pretty cool. And I think it was over here that me and Michelle, yeah, we seen a copperhead. Struck at me. It was just cold and confused and defensive. So they do that, you know, they're snakes, they're wild animals. No reason to kill them. It's their home. But here it is, waterfall number 4. That's what I will list the coordinates for this at. Huh. I'm not the only one who enjoys watching the waterfalls. Buford, you are definitely my little Sasquatch. Creeks and waterfalls isn't the only good thing here. There's a lot of good bluffage. Which I will definitely show you too, because you know me, I'm the bluffage man. Cool little area, nice overhang. Good place to come if you want to get out of the rain for a little while. If you come out here when it's raining. Alright, folks. Waterfall 5. Check out the description below for the GPS coordinates to all these waterfalls. Waterfall number 5 is what I'm calling this. With the Chute waterfall being waterfall 1. And Bulge Hole waterfall being waterfall 2, and then the others. Let's get closer to this thing. I'm gonna turn this off so I don't slip and fall. Cool waterfall. Very cool waterfall. Check this out, folks. This rock here was whole at one time. You could tell because of this split just perfectly goes to that split, and you could just see how the sides would have fit. That little lump would have went in there. This rock was completely whole at one time, and some earthquake, some fracture, maybe it fell, something made this rock split. And that's pretty cool. That's science right there. That's natural history. That's really cool, I think. It's cool to see stuff like that out in the woods and the forest. Especially for younger people. I'd have loved to see stuff like that as a kid, you know? You bring kids out here, teach them stuff like this. That's so cool, because you could tell it was whole at one time. That's awesome. Even Buford likes it. So I'll put this in the description too. This shelter, this den shelter cave. I'll put the coordinates as den shelter cave, or den cave shelter, whatever I have it listed as. So you check it out. I'm gonna keep following the bluff line, the bluffage. So hopefully I can find some more cool stuff. Alrighty folks, came up to a really cool area. Look at this rock. It's so weird looking. So I've named it Sci-Fi Rock, because it looks like something had come out of a science fiction movie, like something in space. There's just so many little grooves and levels and erosion, and it just looks weird, you know? So that's what I've named it, Sci-Fi Rock. Maybe it has a name, I don't know, but that's what I'm calling it, and that's what it's named in the description below, so you can come check it out. It's on public property. It's kind of tough getting out here, so be safe. But this whole area is kind of neat. I'm not gonna mark this as a waterfall, because it really ain't. It's just kind of a trickle. But Sci-Fi Rock's pretty cool. That's a cool rock. Whole area is really cool. A lot of bluffage, a lot of cool bluffage. That's what I like. And still have a little bit of public land left till I need to cross over and check out all that bluffage. So this might be a two-parter.